So unlike most dating coaches, we're gonna talk about how to leverage sex to your advantage and not be so afraid to use it. And to illustrate this, we're gonna give you guys two stories. One story of a woman who used sex the right way to get me, and another story of a woman who turned Terminator mode, full exorcist mode, right after sex. And if you're religious, I'm gonna teach you guys how to use this strategy without giving up the poom poom. But before that, let's first begin with the stories. So the leverage that sex gives you is that one, you get to know the guy before you fall in love with him. Once you give up the poom poom, then you realize you're saying to yourself, oh, he's the right guy. But again, you don't know him. This is just his prenup personality. That's not really him. So then you fall in love, or you really like him, you give up the poom poom, and now you're stuck. Now you think he's a great guy, you give it up, and now he realizes, oh fuck, wait a minute, I really just wanna sex. Oops. And now you're like, hey, but you passed all of my qualifications. You're it. And he's like, well, I thought I liked you. My granny just fell from the stairs. I gotta go. And now you're stuck. So here's a psycho girl story. So I was going out at this yoga studio doing yoga, obviously, and there was this. The way she looked like a Victoria's Secret model. You know that look, the whole skinny, that kind of stuff. And honestly, her face was genuinely hypnotic looking. It was one of those faces that when you see her talk, it looks hypnotic. It's like her face is so perfect that everything is in certain condition, like a fucking polo team, right? And long story short, she said hi to me, and I was like, oh fuck, hell yeah, hello girl. And we started talking, we got along. And then we went back, she went back to my place, because I'm like, yo, let's smoke some weed, we just did some yoga. She went back to my place, everything looked normal. And me being the sinvergüenza that I am, I was like, you know what? Let me see if I can get lucky here. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, no, I'm sorry, let's wait a little bit longer. And me, the gentleman that I am, I was like, sure, no problem. I like hanging out with you. I like the chemistry that we feel. The fifth day we were going out, we went to Central Park, and I tried to kiss her again, right? And then she was like, we gotta stop. And she was like, and I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, dude, you're not even making effort. I know what you want to do, but you haven't really worked for it. And I'm like, what? Like, what you talk about? And she told me very directly, she was like, you haven't taken me to impressive places yet. You know, you haven't taken me to an expensive restaurant. And I was like, but we just went to the movies and got food. And she was like, movies and food? You think I'm gonna give you the poom poom for movies and food? And I'm like, what is this? Like, if you want the money, just ask for it. And then she was like, it's not even that. It's the fact that you're not showing me enough love. I'm like, love? Bitch, it's the fifth date. I'm like, what are you talking about, haven't shown you enough love? And she was like, I deserve better, and I don't deserve to be treated this way. And I'm like, oh my Lord. Look, I understand her point of view, right? She wants to be treated right. The problem is that she's using sex as a tool to get me to like her. And that's not how you use it, right? You cannot use sex as a way to reward someone for giving you love and taking you to nice places. Because what that showed to me is the fact that she really didn't like me as much, right? Because she I could tell there was something off, because she would text me a lot and just send me these long ass text messages. And my response would be like shorter text messages. And so for her, this is how I know. For her, she only has sex with guys that takes her to expensive places, nothing wrong with that. But also that shows her that they love her. And then she falls in love. Her having sex with you equals you've passed my test. It means you are a potential love interest, like, you know, falling in love. The problem is that some guys are psycho enough to lie to you about that. Some guys will give you what you want, make you think they're the one, you give up the poom poom, and then they'll pull away. And you're like, but they've passed my test. I thought he loved me. No, they just know how to manipulate. Me, when she told me that, I said to myself, man, do you really? I'm like, I could lie to her and take her to expensive places and lie to her and do the whole lovey bullshit. But I'm like, man, I don't want to have to deal with this. So I'm like, you know what? You're totally right. I'm not the guy for you. I'll walk away. That's not how you use sex. What I think, and you guys might not agree with me when I say this, sex should only be used because you want to have fun. It's not the past anymore where I give your dad a goat, I get you. No, we're not in the goat economy no more. Sex now should only be something you use for fun. or to find out if somebody likes you. Now, if you wanna sling pum pum, that's totally fine. I am not against that. I am not preaching against that. But I just want you to use it the right way. To use sex, to get a guy to genuinely fall in love. Let me show you guys how to do it, because a girl actually used it and it made me end up liking her. And we were a perfect match. Let's go with that story. It was a story. It was during the pandemic, right? And I was living in Mexico City. And I was on Bumble, and I randomly matched with this girl, right? And we went on a first date, and what I noticed about it is that we had a great chemistry from the start. That is a perfect start. You don't have to have great chemistry, but we just got along. That same night, we went back to my place. Realized, I was like, yo, we should go get some tacos. We went out, and every guy will tell you this. Every guy will tell you this. Whenever he has sex with a woman, and then he feels the need to do other things with that woman after sex, that doesn't involve sex, that's a sign. That's a sign. That's a sign that they actually have genuine chemistry, because that dude could just leave. Oh my God, my granny fell from the stair. I gotta go help her. You know what I'm saying? But you don't. So that was the first indication. I was like, okay, this is a great chemistry. She stood over. And this is something that prolonging sex doesn't give you. You cannot get a more accurate sign about what a person feels more than how they behave after sex. Now, with me, it was after the first date. If you want to wait a little bit longer, after the third date, have sex and then see how he behaves, it's honestly, it's an undeniable, transparent look into the person's mind and heart. And you could use that as a way to find out what they think, because you gotta understand, most people, they don't want you to know how they really feel. People hide their intentions with their hearts, and this is one way to reveal their intention. The next morning, we went to get breakfast. We didn't have sex, nothing like that, but I still got along with her. And this whole experience, having so much fun in the nighttime, and then waking up in the morning, having breakfast together. And then when we said goodbye, we were like, yo, that was surprisingly good. Now, again, you don't have to bang the whole football team, you know? And I understand how some women might watch this and say, oh, I don't want to have to sleep with people. I get it. I'm just letting you know the advantages of it. Because the truth is, if a guy judges you for sex, that's a red flag. That's a red flag, unless he's religious. If he's not religious and he's judging you, that's a red flag, right? So with her, we went out for a few months until she had to move somewhere else, and then I had to move because I went to school. But the point is that sex revealed to her and me that this is genuine. And I get it, right? Some women, they're very cautious about how many guys they sleep with. I totally get it. I'm not trying to tell you guys to freaking turn into Cardi B out there, twerking and then whopping and shit. No, we're not talking about that. I just want you to change your point of view about this and open up your options to other strategies. So what's the lesson from all of this? Well, first of all, that sex nowadays cannot be used as a way to test whether or not somebody's worthy of you, because people lie. And the guys sometimes are willing to wait a long time to have sex with you. A lot of the times, sometimes those are the best manipulators because they have patience. When I heard that girl say that's what she wanted, an evil voice in my head said, you know what? She is so fucking hot. Let's do that shit. Let's play around with her and then leave. But I'm not that type of person. I don't like hurting people, and I don't like my tires slashed, okay? I was living close to the Bronx at that time. And what she should have done was learn to find happiness from within. Right? You cannot use sex to find out if somebody genuinely likes you. You cannot use sex to get to use it as in exchange for love, because that's what she was trying to do. That's not how you use it. You could withhold sex, but don't withhold it as a leverage to get love. You gotta first love yourself. Find love in yourself through developing a meditation practice. I have a course about that. It's called Emotional Mastery. It's in the description down below where it says purchase my courses. But essentially, practicing meditation, practicing love and kindness. I'm giving you the secret. Practicing love and kindness meditation. You can watch the video right here. We'll teach you guys how to develop that self-love so that if you do want to withhold sex, it doesn't come from a place of no love. You could withhold sex, just make sure it comes from a place of happiness, self-esteem, because then your behavior, you wouldn't do the shit that she did. You wouldn't say, hey, you didn't take me to fucking Red Lobster or some shit, or how you taking me to dinner or the movies? That's a cheap date. That comes from not having self-love, people. You practice self-love, and all of a sudden your behavior will change. The second girl, she wasn't trying to fall in love. She wasn't trying to find her mate. And the law of the universe works is that if you stop looking for that thing, if you stop trying, you'll get it. When you're not trying to find love, you'll find love. When you try to find love, you won't find it. The Bhagavad Gita says you're entitled to the labor, but not the fruits of your labor, right? And for example, with the first girl, she was trying to fall in love. She just got out of a relationship and she was trying to recreate her old relationship. She was living in the past. And that causes friction, right? Because when you don't get what you want, you get resentful, you get mad. When I don't take you to that date, or when I don't tell you I love you on the third date, you get mad. So you're disconnected from reality. Stop falling in love so fast. Stop trying to recreate the past. And stop walking on eggshells. And you don't have to bang everyone that walks. But as long as you do that, stop demanding so much love and affection and commitment from people soon. You don't have to have sex with them. And the benefits of the first girl is that you get to know what a person feels and you don't have to waste your time. But the negatives is that, you banged them. And this is something that prolonging sex doesn't give you. You cannot get a more accurate sign about what a person feels more than how they behave after sex. Now, with me, it was after the first date. If you want to wait a little bit longer, after the third date, have sex and then see how he behaves. It's honestly, it's an undeniable, transparent look into the person's mind and heart. And you could use that as a way to find out what they think, because you got to understand, most people, they don't want you to know how they really feel. People hide their intentions with their hearts, and this is one way to reveal their intention. My issue is that if you wait too long, you might fall in love with the wrong person. You give it up, you think they like you, and then after they do the holy dizzy, they realize it was just love. But unfortunately, you're gonna make mistakes. That's the thing. You're gonna bang the wrong person. That's life. And so when you walk around not trying to make mistakes, you make even more mistakes, man. Don't worry about the outcome. People don't see sex the same way anymore, okay? Just relax your mind. Stop walking on eggshells. Make mistakes. That's part of life. You will notice that once you start doing this, I know you don't believe me, you're actually gonna get more results in the way that you want it. Right? Stop seeking commitment, and I can promise you without a shadow of a doubt, you're gonna get the same what you seek. Why don't you notice women who want to be single their whole lives have guys wanting to be in a relationship with them all the time? Don't you notice that? It's the weird laws of the universe. When you don't seek it, it seeks you. Okay? Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. And if you're in a situationship where it's a casual relationship and you want to work with me one-on-one to see how I can fix this relationship, and you want to talk to me, not in AI, click on the description down below where it says work with Father Alex, and I'll see you guys there.
So a lot of you guys have been asking me, how can I purchase all of your courses in one go? Well, if you guys want to purchase all of them, you guys can join the Mindful Attraction University, people. Yeah, that's right. And in this, you'll be able to access all of my courses for $3.99. Initially, if you purchase all of my courses, Emotional Mastery, Psychological Game of Attraction, my new course, The Feminine Woman, Natural Chemistry, Charisma Blueprint, Nice Girl, you guys can purchase all of it for $600, but with the bundle deal, you guys can purchase it for $3.99, or you guys can purchase it in 3 easy payments of $125, people. Yeah, that's right. Or you guys can purchase it with the bonuses. So not only do you get the courses, but the bonuses, and that comes down to $7.99, or 4 easy and mindful payments of $199. Now, these bonuses are not regular bonuses. These bonuses are legit, almost like courses within a course, right? So you guys can just click on the description down below and explore the types of bonuses. For example, I have bonuses on how to get over your ex, how to become more creative, how to, especially in the feminine woman, I have a bonus about how to penetrate the mind and how to speak in a way that gets people to do what you want them to do. Like, it's honestly one of the craziest sections that I've ever made, because most of these courses, people, I come up with those ideas in meditation retreats. Nobody goes to the extent that I go. I go to meditation retreat to create these courses. There's a 14-day money back guarantee. If you don't like it, just ask me for the money back within 14 days, and I'll give you all the money back. Father Alex has never rejected a money back offer if I offered it. So, and if you guys already purchased one of my courses, for example, and you guys want to get the bonuses while getting a discount, you know what I'm saying? I have discount codes for people who purchase my courses. So if you purchase my courses, just send me a private message. Or if you work with me one-on-one, I'll give you a big discount for the courses. And there I can help all of you guys understand that this is a movement. Most people never knew this type of knowledge before. And I am trying to empower women across the world and liberate them from these negative and one-sided relationships through these courses. So hopefully you guys can spread the message and help other people out. And I'll see you guys inside. Or else I'm close to